We will start off with Lila Bromberg from Testudo Times today.
Hey, Coach. How are you?
Good, Lila. How you doing?
Good. So, when Maryland switched over from ACC to Big Ten, there's kind of, discussion of what rivalry would form. And in recent years, you guys have had a lot of really competitive matchups with Illinois. Just kind of, how have you seen kind of that, like kind of mini rivalry form, and especially with just kind of like Illinois evolving the way they have in recent years?
Yeah, I don't know. I've been in rivalries. I don't know if it is or not. I know we play great games against each other. Going back to the Garden when they beat us, and then last year was two terrific games. I think when two good teams play each other at a high level, it kind of seems like a rivalry. So obviously they're much further along this year than we are, but whether it's a rivalry, I don't know. I don't think they would look at it that way, and I don't think our guys would look at it that way, but we just know that we respect each other a tremendous amount.
And you mentioned after last game that this team was kind of lacking a low post presence. How do you kind of adapt the offense to that, especially going against someone like Kofi Coburn?
Yeah, so let's be clear, because I think the question was to me is like, you think about playing Scholl for low post scoring, and I said, well, that wasn't the answer because that's not his game. Low post scoring is not his game. So I just want to be clear on that, because I know how things get twisted. And I'm not blaming anybody on this call, but I know how things in the internet and things get going. So no, we're getting better offensively, guys. We just turned the ball over way too much the other night. We had a lot of good looks. We probably shot 5 bad shots, which is too many. And one was right after a timeout. And so, we just got to keep figuring out, keep getting better, make guys better. But we feel like that's heading in the right direction, and we're getting good looks. We had a lot of really good looks the other night that we didn't make. We had some good looks that we did make. It was just the turnovers that killed us. But now we're a different team than with Bruno here and then with, Sticks here. We're different. And but I think we're getting closer to how we have to play to be successful.
Emily Giambovo, Washington Post.
Hey, Mark. With James Graham, I know he mainly just played at the end, but even with Daryl back, how do you balance just kind of maybe trying to get him acclimated, but also A, always trying to win, and B, not putting him in a situation that's overwhelming to him?
Yeah, and that's what I've really tried to do. And I went into the Iowa games like, okay, he's not ready to play for us to play at a high level because he just doesn't know enough yet. But when the game was out of hand and they stayed zone, I got him. I think he played the last 7-8 minutes, something like that. So it was good for him. And because of that, he was much better in practice today, much further along. You can see it coming. But no, it's about trying to win games, and he knows that, and he knows defensively and all that. But you know what? He was a really good defensive rebounder in that game the other night. Got some rebounds above the rim and kind of stuck out a little bit to me. So he's a really good shooter that's not shooting the ball great yet because he's just kind of lost out there. But he was better today than he was in the game. He was better in the Iowa game than he was at practice before. So I told him, I talked to him on the phone. I think it'll be mid-February before he really feels comfortable and can, help us with meaningful minutes.
And then one more, the other freshman, Marcus, playing late and playing pretty well. I mean, how do you assess that when it is after the game's out of hand? Like, do you take positives from what he did?
Well, he wasn't shy shooting the ball, so you like that. You like guys that can make shots. So helped his confidence. He played with confidence. He's got to, it's about defense, and it's about understanding where he's supposed to be all the time, offensively and defensively. So that's really what's held him back. But we've locked him into the 2 position, no more point guard. And I think that's going to help him. And but he's a weapon. And, when we're moving the ball and we're spreading people out, he can help us do that. So, he'll get a look tomorrow. He earned it. And it's nice to see guys make shots.
Wes Brown, Testudo Times.
Hey, Coach. So sort of after the last game, you talked about Daryl, trying to get used to the mask and getting all that stuff. I'm wondering if you've seen anything in the last couple of days to see that he might be, getting back into his rhythm.
Yeah, he's still a little rusty, but he was better today. And man, I felt bad for him the other night. And it just shows you how important he is to us. I mean, you think about the second half of Michigan, Indiana, we competed our tails off. We just couldn't get it done. And but he didn't play well in the Iowa game for him. And but he was better today. He was locked in. Guys practiced, and I think he's getting more used to it. I don't think he'll ever get completely used to it, but I'd like to think he's going to be a little better tomorrow night than he was against Iowa.
Ed Lee, Baltimore Sun.
Mark, after the game against Iowa, you mentioned how Iowa went to a zone defense because not much of a low post presence. Do you anticipate that Illinois and other teams might copy that?
I don't think Illinois will. They're a pretty much man team. They might, if they couldn't guard us. Iowa couldn't guard us at the beginning. We were spreading them out. We were getting any shot we wanted as long as we were willing to work. So, we just watched every shot with the team. We had a lot of good looks. So, we had some where we shot too quick, but we changed sides with the ball. We moved it, got the ball in the paint, played inside out. We had a lot of good looks. It was the turnovers and transition defense. That was that game. I mean, because when we went through every offensive possession without the turnovers, looks pretty good, guys. Looks pretty good. So we were happy with it. And 16 turnovers for 24 points or whatever, that's not good enough against top 10 teams. So
if I could follow up, earlier you said that you think that you're getting closer to being the team, how you want to play to be successful.
Yeah.
Can I ask, what are some of those elements that you want or that you foresee as being helping you guys be successful?
Changing sides with the ball, getting paint touches, playing, not forcing things when things aren't going well, keep playing as a team. We've only done it really, we've done it a lot, but the one half we were spectacular was at Wisconsin. I think offensively it's closer than you think. The turnovers the last two games have been a little bit disturbing, 12 and 16, because we were getting so much better at that. We're doing a lot of things that we're getting used to and just getting more comfortable with it. And I think the guys are comfortable with it. So we feel like we're closer. We feel like we're doing all the right things. Are we playing exceptional yet? No. But and the thing we talk about with our team, we just want to play the best that this team can play and then see where it takes us. So, and then defensively, we've made some changes and a lot of rotations, a lot of different things. But if we don't play any harder in transition defense than we did against Iowa, we're not going to beat anybody. So we got to learn from our mistakes and try to get better. When you're not an exceptional team, it's something different every game. And right now, you can go to the Indiana game, it was boxing out. You can go to Iowa, it was turnovers and transition defense. So, when you're not great, and you're still trying to, you're trying to figure it out as a young group or as a group, it's always something different. So we'd like to get it where we're a lot more consistent in all areas.
Last question today, Brandon Simberg from the Daily Illini.
Hey, Mark, when you're game planning for a guy like Kofi Coburn, what kind of problems does he bring?
Yeah. Well, there's just not many humans on earth that are like that and that skilled. Yeah, it's a load, especially for this year's team. It's a load for us. We got a few different ways that we can try to help our centers out best we can. And, you think about it, from Purdue to Wisconsin to Michigan to Indiana's 5-man to Luka Garza to this kid. It's not a good year to be small. And normally we're big and long and athletic around the rim, but we're not this year. So it is what it is. Bad timing for us. A lot of these guys came back and we just got to keep trying to figure it out and keep our big guys out of foul trouble. And because we rebound better when we have some bigs out there. We're going to play Chol tomorrow. And hopefully he plays well, and hopefully his length can do a good job in there for us.
All right, Coach. Thank you. Appreciate your time.
All right, guys. Thank you.